do this. It's Friday. Oh, let's get it on, baby. Sips up to you guys. Get out, get out, get out! I'm saying, baby, it's Friday.
Whoa, welcome back. Glad you made it. It's another So-So production, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back. Hope you've all had a great week. It is Friday, July 30th, 2021. Baby boy, baby girl, welcome back. We're doing it again. Here we are, man. It's the end of the work week. Almost there. Some of you guys might be like myself, going out there on Saturdays, getting it, go after it, whatever it is, your dreams, your passions, whatever you're working for. Whatever you're grinding for, whatever you're focusing on, I support it 100%, 150%. How much support is there? A ton of support. That's what's up, baby. I got you, you got me. We're a happy family, baby. Gang, gang, doing it, babe. Let's get it on, man. It is, so many things are going down. I'm occupying my time learning and working and learning, baby. You feel me? Going out there, getting in here, man. I've been watching a lot of old school movies, not gonna lie to you guys. Going back, because there's a ton of goodies that sometimes, there's so much stuff being produced all the time right now. It's like, to be honest with you, I've laid off. I'll definitely be going back, man. I know there's a bunch of new shows that I gotta maybe, start dabbling into, catch up on this, that, and there's so many good things that you can look for. And I've stayed off of Netflix for a little while, but I'll get back on Netflix, watch a couple of movies and shows, and we'll talk about it. But lately I've just been watching some old movies, man, older movies. I'm talking Charles Bronson, I'm talking Clint Eastwood, I'm talking blaxploitation movies, dude. Blaxploitation movies going back from 71 to 76. 71 to 76, that's what I'm learning. A brief period where blaxploitation movies came about. What were blaxploitation movies? I'll try to explain it as best as I can to my knowledge and understanding. It's, it was a time period where movies were being made, by our beautiful black sisters and brothers, and there was a whole lot of, and I'm not an expert, I'm learning, but there's so many great things that we can incorporate from, so many people do so many great things. But the blaxploitation movies, and like Friday Foster was one of my favorites with Pam Grier, and that was a real kick-ass. There's so many other ones. We've talked about it a few weeks ago as well, but I'm just going back watching these. I'll watch older movies, and it'll get you going, because you'll find similarities and differences in different time periods. It's like you capture a little bit of that, capture a little bit of that time in that capsule. And like blaxploitation movies, they had their pros, they had their cons, but I want to see more of a new wave, if you will. And we've had a little bit of that. I guess Dolomite was one of the most recent, and we've had, Undercover Brother was one of those. We had so many other ones, but I'm just like going back watching the older ones, and they're really, really cool, man. They're really, really cool. What the angles that they used, the funk music that they used, again, between 71 to 76. Pros and cons, right? A lot of, some of the positives where you're actually, you're going out there telling different stories. You're casting folks who may not have at that time didn't get the opportunity to be casted. So then, there's certain stories that need to be told, and it's just good to get a cool, different perspective. So I'm digging those right now. Some of the pros were obviously are creating brand new art. You're creating a whole new realm for different people, and it's good for every community to work together, come together, but also learn from each other. The cons, I guess, I'm just reading a little bit, trying to learn, and I'm not an expert on any of these subjects, but your boy likes to do a little bit of research and learn, right? So I'm just going back to the blaxploitation movies, and some of the critics were, I guess, coming out and saying some of the characters portrayed in blaxploitation movies, were centered around pimps, and it didn't pimps and like a character who's kind of like going up against a man, and some intellectuals came out and said that this is probably not the best portrayal for the African American male, but and rightly so. But like, that's the thing, you take it for what it is and you look at it for what it was at that time, and there's a little bit of that's the thing, not all the characters were built around that motif, but it's interesting to look at it, and there's definitely but it was interesting because like you'll have a character like Friday Foster who's like she's like a femme fatale. She's kick-ass, dude. That's the thing. I look forward to these things because like you don't see anything like that anymore. Everything's evolving, everything's changing, which is fantastic. But there's certain things that might get lost, and we need to preserve the good. Just refining. It's a matter of refinement, right? So I'm just I'm in awe, and I'm in a lot of debt, and I'm grateful. I'm showing gratitude. I hope that more people go and check out older movies, blaxploitation, with different genres. There's so many things that we've talked about here, but again, from 71 to 76, a ton of great movies, and it's impacted so many other genres. So many other people have taken lessons out of those books and basically incorporated some of the things that they could pick up along the way into their art from whatever it is. And it's just like, whether it's a little bit of comedy, whether it's a little bit of drama, whether it's again portraying different characters, and it's like it's good to see. It's not just about there's so many. Oh my god, I think if I'm not mistaken, again I may be wrong, but between 71 to 76, I believe there were roughly 200 blaxploitation movies that were produced, and just it came to an end eventually, but it kind of, I don't know if that's the thing. I'm speaking on something that I'm not too familiar about, but I'm doing more research, and I'm trying to learn right now, because it's really neat, man. It's really neat, like just the costumes, the outfits, the way people talk, people's different struggles, people's way of coming out of the struggles, and it's a hell of a lot of fun to explore different things. And your boy kind of relates. Not gonna lie to you, because when it comes to like race and ethnicity, and I really do believe we're all one big family, and it's just like you get a little bit of this, you get a little bit of that. But I've never when it comes to identity, I've never like identified with a particular I just see myself as a human being, and I see all you guys as human people out there doing it as well. But it is good to be able to tell different stories, and sometimes it's good to that's the thing. Because you'll look at that time, and you'll look at some of the struggles that people were going and facing on a daily, and some of the same we'll be able to see similarities right now as well. But I don't want people to take this I want people to always like be thinking outside the box. And I think back in 71, 76, people were definitely thinking outside the box, because I don't believe in grand notions. I don't believe in there's definitely things that we could improve upon, but if you want to be a part of that difference, if you want to be part of that positive change, you can definitely do things. And I don't believe in just paint everybody with the same wide paintbrush under an umbrella. You're like, all black people are like this, or all white people are like this, or all Asian people are like this, or all Middle Easterners are like this, or people down in Antarctica, they're all like that. And I don't like making grand generalizations, and I think blaxploitation movies were a little bit fighting against those things. And again, this is with my limited knowledge, to each their own. Go do your own research. Again, there were definitely public intellectual figures who were coming out and kind of like they were trying to put an end to these movies, and like the figures, I guess that's the thing, it should be refined. And we've seen refinement and reinvention, I guess, I apologize, reinvention of these genres and movies, and everybody can learn from each other. That's what I'm saying, man. So I'm in just a lot of gratitude. I'm been filling my, my visuals, or my mind's just getting filled with lots of great stories, lots of great details, lots of great characters. Yeah, you wanna look at again, go check out Friday Foster, man. This movie has made a huge impact on me. I really like this character, Friday Foster. She's kick-ass, dude. Shout out to Pam Grier. Like, jeez, it's how long ago was this movie made? I gotta just look it up quickly for you guys. Bear with me a few seconds. It was made in 75. Friday Foster, yeah. Starring Pam Grier, dude. Just kick-ass femme fatale character, and you just don't see too much of, you don't see those strong, like, she's kick-ass, dude. Go check it out. I don't want to give it's been a long time since it's been, it's there's no spoilers here, but if you've not seen these, and that's the thing, there are a ton of great movies. If you just like search blaxploitation movies on YouTube, you'll get a whole different list of movies out there for you to go check out. And it's just, I'm in gratitude, and because I look at people who've, you can always come up with excuses as to why you're not doing things, and that's the thing. I want to be a storyteller. I want to be getting into stand-up. Hopefully down the line, when things ease up a little, we're taking it nice and slow. But on my downtime, I do a lot of different types of research. Some of it's got to do with, societal events that are going on, things happening in politics, things happening in sports, things happening in pop culture. And recently I've been laying off of Netflix for some time, just because I wanted to give myself a little break, but I will go back and watch some new stuff as well. We'll talk about some new shows, stuff that I'm looking forward to this fall, and it's getting a little bit chilly willy. We're getting there, baby. I'm looking forward to the new season of a couple of series, actually. I'll be looking forward to Stranger Things dropping. I'll be looking forward to the Ozarks dropping, new Ozarks, do that. Oh man, what a show. I'm also, just watching looking for different stuff. We'll talk about it. Whatever I see that I like, that I think is worthy of mentioning, I'll definitely share it with you guys. But go check out some blaxploitation movies, everybody. Go check them out and let me know what you guys think. That's what it is, man. But yeah, shout out to everybody else who's, whoever's been doing it in different realms. You know what I'm talking about? It's just, it's inspiring. There's so many good things to be looking for, and sometimes I'm looking at these things for, because it's good to have role models. It's good to have an idea of, like, and not to compare yourself with anybody, but certain characters or certain casts you'll see certain characteristics or traits that have been lost both in like men and women. It doesn't have to be about what's lost, if I can speak with on behalf of the dudes. Certain things that have been lost, and I'm trying to do my little part. The stash has been lost, dude. I'm trying to bring it back. Why? There's many different people bringing it back. Part of and it's whether it's aesthetics, whether it's something that it's bring back the stash, dude. Bring back the chivalry alive. I've heard that a lot of times. I've heard that chivalry is chivalry dead, or is it alive? Yeah, I bet it's still alive, dude. I bet it's still alive, and I think there's a lot of good traits that we can all take away from older characters. Characters with, I don't even like that term, just characters with more experience. Looking at again, Clint Eastwood movies, Charles Bronson movies. Who's another cat, man? I apologize. Bear with me a few seconds here. I do apologize. That's just want to get watch Burt Reynolds movies. That's right. Shout out to Burt Reynolds, dude. I mean, thank you for creating these like great movies. Like I watched Stick the other day. And shout out, but also rest in peace. And that's my bad for not knowing. But shout out, but also rest in peace. Burt Reynolds. I watched like 3, 4, 5 movies of him back in early 70s, mid 70s, early 80s, just kicking ass, being badass, but also like having like a sense of trying to recapture that, man. A little bit of an. I'm gonna say this one word, but I don't mean it for what it is. I'm talking about class, having a little bit of class, and I'm not talking about like societal class levels. I'm not talking about like the bouginess and the proletariat and the bourgeois. No, we're not talking about that sort of class. We're talking about like men and women being classy, being good men and women, doing good things, and also being a little bit, doesn't mean you gotta be square, it doesn't mean you gotta be lame or nothing, but you look at sort of like Burt Reynolds, man, I'm looking at this cat just like doing his, there's a certain sense of charm that's been lost, you know what I'm talking about, and let's try to recapture those, a little bit of chivalry, a little bit of mustache action go for both men and women, bring back the mustache and just bring back, man, I don't know what it is, and I know it's been happening over the past couple of years. There's been there's a reemergence or resurgence of 80s or 90s vibes, themes or motifs or styles, and like we can definitely take some good things that were lost. I want to see more of that, and I want to be a part of that somehow. Whether it's in my storytelling, whether down the line it's in comedy, I want to be, it's easier said than done, but that's the thing. You'll see cats, you'll see ladies, you'll see everybody like having this, like, I don't know what it was. It was definitely something that we don't see anymore. It's something that just hits you. You see like an independent woman just kicking ass, going out there. Friday Foster, the whole thing. I'm not gonna get the whole thing away, but she's this like, she's this like investigator, like private eye photographer deal going on. She's got to go out, and the whole motif is like Friday, don't get involved, don't get too. But that's the thing. She'll take the risk. She'll get involved, and like she'll take it, and she'll kick your ass, and she looks good doing it, and she's also like not dependent on anybody, which is like just a cool role model. You know what I'm talking about? And Clint Eastwood, Burt Reynolds, Charles Bronson. Again, these guys from the a little while ago, just good examples. And like it's so easy to like look at the past with our standards and our like, well, this, that, and the other. Like, focus on the positive. There were so many positives, but I'm trying to tell you that certain things that I'm trying to recapture in my own life, not just not just for performance, not just for, but in my own life as well. And I guess the sense of like you can have fun, you can be silly, you can have fun, you can be you can be whatever you want to be. You can do all that, but there's just the only word that comes to mind is just maybe swagger, maybe class, dude, class. Ladies and men just having a little bit more class and looking right, acting right, and still having a ton of fun. You know what I'm talking about? If it comes down to it, if it comes down to it, they'll get in there. They'll get in there. The men's and the ladies, they'll pop, 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 get in there, and also, they'll at that time, get into the confrontations. Next thing you know, they're, pouring a little whiskey in their little glass, and then like, it's some things that have just, whether it's not just the whiskey though, it's not just it's, values, like, there was a, man, and it's just like, it's kind of like all the motifs and the characters are all like in my head, and the storylines are all in my head, but certain things that I saw, sense of chivalry, sense of like standing up for your buds, for your community, for what's right, all not just prioritizing like money. Like, money's important, but certain things we need to, I think globally we can all learn from certain cats and like, try to preserve certain things and pass it along to next generations, and that's what I'm trying to, little by little, hence the mustache, do. We're gonna bring it back strong. Moving forward, it's gonna be August, September, by September, October, you guys should have a full-grown stash on this show, and we're gonna keep it going, dude. I'll just, I'll make up for it somehow, one way or another. I just wanted to get that off my chest and share it with you guys, because there's a ton of new movies all the time, but for inspiration and for things that I've, things, if you're into creating, especially if you're into creating like different media, and that's the thing, we're all using cameras, we're all using angles, lighting, music, well, trying to at least here with the whole, we'll get into that another day, but, or maybe not, it's not even worth really mentioning the whole copyrights thing with music. That makes sense, I guess. You can't just be willy-nilly using Peepsy's music on, but it's the thing, you tweak it a little bit, you make. Anyways, point being is have fun and also learn from other people. That's what I'm trying to do, and I encourage everybody else who's, if you're the creative type and if you're wondering how do you stay creative, how do you continue to, like, for me, I'll continue to just get inspired. I will get inspired and I will learn from people. That's the thing. I research and I watch a ton of movies. I'll watch a ton of good killer stand-ups that I know are, like, at the top of their game. You know who you are, dude. You know who you are. A lot of ladies and men killing it, and I'll, like, incorporate different things into my life and my creative ventures down the line as well. And it's just one baby step at a time, and we're not comparing ourselves to anybody. We're going at our own pace. We're literally learning and trying to make the best of it and have fun. But that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Go out there, watch a few old movies. Watch a couple of Burt Reynolds movies, dude. Watch a couple of Burt Reynolds movies. And come let me know what you guys think. There's certain sense of, you don't see too much of that. There was a no nonsense attitude. There was a no, we're not gonna, where the buck stops here. There's a certain level, and then there was I don't know what it was, man. Maybe I'm looking at it through a romantic lens, but there's definitely certain things that we don't see that I'd like to be a part of and maybe incorporate in a new form, in different manners, and in different, we'll see how it goes. But I'm definitely getting inspired, I'll tell you that. So if you're wondering, what do you watch? I watched everything on Netflix, I watched everything on Amazon Prime, I watched everything on this. Well, go back to the goodies, because there's a ton for you to just, pick and choose from. That's what I'm saying, baby. It's Friday, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna be, we mix it up. One day we'll do just storytelling. We'll write a story. We'll come tickle your brains. One day we'll talk about current events. One day we'll talk about politics. The next day we'll talk about sports. And little by little, it's just like, it's getting, there's definitely a ton of room to be improved upon. I'm just, like, looking back at the videos, trying to improve them, making them better. Parts of it is, you just gotta commit to it, and your boy's committed. If you're wondering how your boy does with commitments, very well. Like, I'm committed to this as much as I've never been more committed in my life, I'll tell you that. This is peak commitment. So we're in it for the long haul. This is a very slow burn, and I'd like to thank you, everybody. Thank you for the time that you allocate to this show. Thank you for being a part of my journey, letting me be a part of yours. Thank you for, gang life, baby. We're a family. We're growing together, literally growing together every day. I'm getting taller. You're getting taller. Some people are losing weight. Some people are gaining weight. And it's like, man, you want to make yourself feel good? Come join this gang. Join other gangs. Hit those like buttons. Follow, subscribe on YouTube, on Instagram. Check out Patreon. Talk about it with everybody. Talk about it with everybody, because this is all, word of mouth. Word of mouth. The next thing you know, you're telling your cousins, you're telling your friends. It's just like, it's like wildfire. We'll take over. We'll go work with other people, learn from each other, have a grand time, essentially. And it's all about just being wild with a little pinch of class. You can still be, you can still be wild and free and just, like, have a ton of fun, but have a little teeny tiny bit of class, if that makes any sense. Maybe, that's the thing. Maybe I'm so in awe of what I've just seen over the past couple of weeks, and maybe I'm looking at it through rose-colored glasses, or maybe I'm romanticizing a couple of things in my mind, but who knows? I think I'm learning, and I think it's, it's good to look at certain things that have been made in the past and bring it back, dude. This is like, if I want to see more people, instead of talking about, there's not enough, I'll hear people who go on to, like, work for this, that, and then they'll come back and, like, complain about the whatever. It's easy to complain. You know what's not easy? Doing things. But you know what's fun? You know what's a ton of fun? Doing things. So instead of, like, complaining, and that's what I'm telling myself, and what I'd like to be able to motivate other people to do, go out there and create, man. Go out there and create. You're not seeing enough representation of whatever. make it happen. Make it happen instead of, and that's the thing. I'm just trying to do my little part, and I'm just this little tiny little particle amongst all these beautiful many tiny particles, and together we're little water droplets, baby. Together we're like an ocean making waves, dog. That's what it is. Love you guys. Sending out a ton of positive vibes, because yeah, man, I just don't believe in grand generalized statements that all this is that, all white people this, all black people that, all Asians this, all Hispanics that. All it's like we've all got so much of each other in us. It's, to me, again, we are literally one human race, and everybody's just like incorporating different flavors to it. And like, you know what I like, and I've not talked about this whatsoever. I know the Olympics is going on right now, but not really been, to be honest with you, it's just different without the fans, and it's just different without the fans. And I don't know, this year I've been so busy occupying my time with like trying to create more of my own content, and like haven't really had the time to pay attention too much to the Olympics. But what I do like about sports in some aspects gets it right. Where politics and governments and like when you see little glitches or failures, sometimes you'll see sports unite people on another level, because like you'll see people from different countries getting together, competing, and there's a certain level of class, there's a certain level of respect for each other, even though you're competing, even though you're everybody wants to have that healthy notion of like nationalism, where you're repping your country, you put a flag on your back, and it's good to be proud of who you are and where you're from and all that stuff. But there's something that goes far beyond that. There's something that goes far beyond flags and nations, and it's humanity. It's just humans, and like seeing other people like connect, competing, beating each other, winning, taking a defeat, getting an L, getting a W, at the end of the day coming together in one place under one setting, and like competing and raising and lifting each other. And like despite our little differences, we have so many similarities. Look at all the sports that we all like to play all around the world. Look at all this like insane amount of similarities, and yet we sometimes tend to just focus on the minuscule little things and amplify those and be like, oh, all of this is systemic this, and all white people are that, or all black people are this, or all Asian. And then this is the news, is I guess this is the failure of the corporate media for not highlighting more positive stories, rather focusing on those little minuscule little things. And I don't believe any of that is true. I'm very happy to see most people like trying their best, most people cooperating together, most people being so loving and compassionate and understanding of each other, and everybody getting together and working together. So anytime I hear those stories, I can't believe it, because that's not I've not seen any of that. I don't. And any acts of random knuckleheads doing knucklehead activities, dude, that's just literally knuckleheads everywhere. Knuckleheads here, there, everywhere. And we shouldn't give it more attention than that. That's all I'm trying to say. And there's a ton of stuff that we could all be learning from each other. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back here again tomorrow for the Patreon edition. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Everybody out there, whatever you're doing, whether you're an athlete, if you're competing in the Olympics, do it. Get those medals. Represent your nation, represent your sport. Put your arms around each other's shoulders and necks. After you get the medals, after you compete, go break those cardboard beds, use those condoms, don't use those condoms. As a matter of fact, don't use the condoms, dude. Produce super babies, get the most out of your visit to the Tokyo Olympics, because that's what it is. You don't want to just go there. Maybe you won a medal, maybe you didn't win a medal, maybe you didn't, let's get the most out of it. Come back with a baby at least, come back with a baby, come back with a couple of babies. That's what I'm saying. Break those beds. Like these videos. If you like these videos, good things will happen to you in life. Try it out. You got nothing to lose. Like the video, subscribe on YouTube so you get the full-length videos. And I know I hate saying these little things, but it makes a difference. We are a grassroots community. We are a grassroots movement or a show, and I like to keep it as independent as possible. So this is why I ask for those of you who like to who like a little bit of a commitment. Maybe you like a little bit of commitment through following on Instagram or subscribing on YouTube. But if you want to help your boy keep this independent and not, I don't want to ever have to change my opinion or my mindset based on pressure that's coming from somewhere above me. And right now, we've not had any of that. Whatever I say is just my raw opinions and thoughts, and if you jive with it, you like it, you can watch it for free, you can share it for free, I don't care. But if you'd like to give back, it would mean a ton. So thank you for all the love and support. If you've just, if you're a long time listener, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you're just tuning in, your boy's out here trying to tell stories. All right, your boy's out here trying to tell stories, trying to learn, and we're picking it up. We're picking it up day by day, trying to just make it better for you guys. I love you. Thank you again for all the love and support. Enjoy the beginning of the weekend. Have great conversations. Go hang out in restaurants and pubs and comedy clubs. Go spend time with your families, with your loved ones. And then come back here tomorrow for the Patreon edition. I'll see you all very soon. Stay safe out there. Peace out.